Hi, I'm Bradley Vinson of Bradley Teaches, and today we're going to work out an advanced lower third. So let's get started, y'all. So this is the lower third with multiple moving parts. You see the square pop in the side with a logo in it, name pop out, bar pop out of that one, a weird live spinner type thing on the top. Stays out here for about 6-7 seconds, then it goes away. I'm going to walk you guys through these things. I'm going to show you how to do them. We're going to jump into Keynote and we are going to build something. And let's get started. We're going to build this more complicated lower third. All right, so it's going to have multiple moving parts in it and multiple layers. So I need you to stick with me as we build it out first. This is my usual technique. I build out the lower third first, and then I animate it to make it do what I want it to do. So as usual, we start off with a white presentation. I'm going to select everything and delete it. And now I'm going to build the parts of my lower third, right? So open up my object list, and we're going to get started. So I know I'm going to have a square in it. And the colors right now, I really don't worry about colors right off the bat, but we can just to do it. So this square is going to have the logo in it, right? Turn it on. All right, so you can kind of make it any color. I'm gonna make mine blue for now. All right, and then we're gonna have the bar that comes in with the name in it. So I'll build that out real quick. So this is the name bar. And I'm building this bigger than usual so you guys can see it in case you're on a smaller screen. So I have the bar next to it. Then I'm going to have a bar under it that has my title or whatever, right? So I'll put that in there. Then I have a bar on top that has the "We're live," right? So let's put that box on. That's the "We're live" box. All right. So those are the basic components right now of this lower third. And so we're going to go in and customize and do little different things to it. And I'm going to show you guys a couple little, they're not really hidden tricks, but things that people don't utilize when they're making lower thirds or making special shapes, right? So I like to have my lower thirds kind of feel like they're coming out of nowhere. So I'm going to drag, my things over to the far left hand side to where they're touching the edge of the screen. Right, so there we go, like that. Now, what I'm going to do now is also start putting my text and things like that. So I'm going to leave this box blue, but I'll make this box gray. Let's make it gray. Make this box yellow. And since this says live, we're going to make that box red. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is let's jump in and put in the text components that make up our lower thirds and graphics. So in my case, I have a little icon that's a silhouette of my Memoji head. So I'm going to use that for my logo pop-in graphic. So I'll drag that in from the side of my screen over here. And I'm going to scale it. Shift click drag. Scales it. All right. So now I'm going to group that with my logo square. So let me drag that down to the square. Click both of them. Shift click both of them. And if you've set up your Keynote like I instructed you all to, you should have a group button there. So we're going to group that. All right. So that part's now done, right? Now let's put the text for our "We're live" and all those kind of things. Let's get all the text parts, done. Now this one's going to have a couple little extra things in it. So I need you to kind of hang with me as we build those things out. All right. Now what I like to do is label all of my stuff. So I'm going to go over here to the object list, and I'm going to triple click on the different things and name them all. So this gray box, I'm gonna call it the name box, because that just makes things easier to know what's going on when you're doing different things, right? Rectangle is going to be the title box. I'll just call it title. And let's call this red rectangle live, right? And this box is the logo box, but all right. So now let's get the rest of the text in. So text, and I'm gonna do a cap lock on that. We're live. All right. And let's go in and edit that text. I'm going to use something bold, impact. Let's kick that size up. Make it a little bigger. Now we're in the format text box, right? We have a format text box. You want to do it in there, right? And we're going to color this one white. And now let's group those two things. Make sure that's centered. There we go. And group those, because it's going to call it group again now. I forgot to do that. All right. Now we have our name that's going to go here. So we're going to add another text box, text. And obviously I'm going to call mine Bradley. I'm just going to go impact again, no big deal. And we're going to kick this bad boy up. Now, we're not going to group this text with the box, right? Because we're going to want it to animate separately from the box when we get ready. And I'll make that white. And finally, our last bit of text will be the title. And I'm going to call myself the Video Graphics Guru. All right. And we're going to do this text black again. Let's do Futura, at least medium. And put a little fake bold on it, a little fake italic on it, just because I don't feel like looking for the font. All right. So now we have all the components. Well, actually there's one more component, but I need to show you how to make it. Now we have all but one of the components for our dynamic lower third. But now let me show you some of those little extras you can do within Keynote that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, right? Check this out. So I'm going to click on the name box. Then I'm going to right click on the name box. And I'm going to scroll down to make editable. And what this does is it allows you now to edit the lines of the box, right? It's a little hidden gem thing that most people don't use. So you want to click on the box, right click on the box, and then click make editable. Now, when you mouse over the middle of that box, you get a little bubble as you see here. And if you click that and drag it out, it makes a curve. Ta-da! So now we have a curved in box, right? Now, just for the sake of doing it, let's go here to our title box, and we're going to right click on that and click make editable. But now we're going to grab the bottom corner and we're going to hold down shift and drag it in, and we're going to make an angled box just for the sake of it. Now let's click that back corner, hold down shift, and angle the other side. So now here are some little extras you can do that most people don't even think about, right? And so you don't have to have all square stuff, all rounded edge stuff, all this, all that. You can edit the shapes, even the basic shapes, and make them your own. All right, so now this is what our lower third basically looks like when it's done. Uh-oh, forgot one more step, because I want to add some more drama and some more action to it, right? So I'm going to click on my name box, and I'm going to copy and paste it, Apple C, Apple V. And I'm going to put a line around this one, line. And yeah, it can be black just for the sake of doing it, but I want to make it a little bit thinner. And I'm going to do a color fill of no fill. Then drag it back down and align it with the box, right? And I'm going to show you why I do this in a second. It's just going to add a little extra taste of animation and some more dynamic, right? So actually our final lower third will look like this without the line. You can still kind of see the line a bit, but the line is for just more drama, right? And let me see, somebody's asking a question. Let me see, I can jump on these questions real quick. So let's see what you said. So you could exclude shapes, then also make them editable. Yes, as long as you're building the shape in Keynote, they are vector images that are editable. So all you gotta do is right click on the image or whatever's left of the image, or well, I'm gonna say shapes, whatever's left of the shape. So if I extract something out of a shape, then I right click on what's left of that shape, I can still edit it, right? So I can click on any of the points or between any two points and still drag it and do different things to it, right? So here's our lower third, and let's do the animations that build this thing out. So for the logo box, let's go to the animate palette, our trusty animate palette, and I'm gonna do a fade and scale on that. And I'll just show you what it looks like, fade and scale. So it just comes in, right? So let's turn that on. I like to turn off the shine and make the duration shorter. I don't like really long duration animations. So that's more my speed right there. I like that. 0.8, scale from 70%, we're good. All right, so that's a good one. So that's the first thing that's gonna happen. The logo box is gonna fade in. Now I want the name box to fade in. And you know what? Let's go to our object list and name that outline line, just so we don't mistaken click on the wrong thing. All right, so name box, I'm gonna do a move in on the name box. So I click the name box, go to build in, add effect, and I'm gonna pick move in for that one, right? And bounce is okay, it's fine. I'm not really stuck on bounce, but I'm gonna go left to right. 1 second is cool, that's fine, right? So we got the name box to come in. Now we're gonna have the title square come in. Now here's the kicker. I want the title square to also move in, but I want it to move in from behind the name box. So the first thing I have to do is to make it appear. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna drag this name box on top of the yellow box, just straight up above where it is, just so we can see it for now. I'm gonna show you the animation, then we're gonna move it behind it, right? So logo comes in, name box comes in, then we're gonna make the title box just appear because nobody will see it, right? And it just flashing in, no big deal, just let it flash in, appear. Right, so now we have logo box, name box, other box just appears, right? Then we're gonna have this line draw itself in, right? So this is the cool thing, because now the line is gonna activate other things happening, right? So now let's click on the line, and I want to add a building effect to the line. And because it is a line now, you get a new building effect, which is called line draw. This effect will not show up unless you have a line, right? So when you're looking for it and you can't find it, it's probably because you have a shape and not a line. You want to build a shape, make the fill of the shape none, but put a line around it, and then the line draw will show up as a built-in option. So you want to remember that. So line draw, we're going to do clockwise, and as you see here, it built it, right? 2 seconds, slow it down, speed up a little bit. No ease in and out, because we want it to be the same kind of speed. Oh, okay, ease in and out, no big deal. I thought we could, oh, none, there we go. Looked right at it, would have bit me. All right, so we have the line draw in. So back to the order now. Box, bar, other bar appears, and now the line starts to draw. Now stick with me about what I want the line to do. So now let's preview all this. And everything's gonna have to be on click right now because I didn't turn nothing on. So boom, and I'll just, let's do this real quick. Let's do width so we can make all the things go. So you drag each thing into the thing before it, right? So the logo comes in on click, it's no big deal. The name box comes in after build number 1, 0.4 seconds. The title box appears after build 2. You can even say after build 2. Fine, because nobody will see it. Now the line draw starts after build 3 with a little bit of a delay, right? And now that line is going to start activating stuff. And here's the cool part about that kind of added dynamic animation. So let's watch it. Build in, bar builds in, bar appears, now the line starts to draw. Now here's where the coolness, I think, really starts with it. So the line is starting to draw. I want the line to activate my name and activate the bottom bar as it draws in, right? So let's say we're going to say build in this. We're going to build it in with a wipe. Let's just do something simple for now. Let's do a wipe in. And we're going to go left to right. Let's speed it up a little bit. Now, here's the cool part, if you stick with me, right? So I'm going to drag this into line draw. And I'm going to say build width number 4. And I'm going to start it like at 0.2. So it's going to look like the line activates my name coming out. So watch that real quick. See that? And so I'm actually going to speed up the delay and speed up my name coming out. Let's watch it one more time. Come out, line draws, my name starts to pop in. See how that worked? So now, and it's kind of a timing thing, right? So it's all this happens in a second, 1.25 seconds. So now what I want to happen is when the line goes around the front of the name bar, I want it to now activate my title box, right? So now that my title box has officially appeared, I'm going to put a move on it because it's already there. I'm going to add an action of move, and it automatically moves to the right. I don't know why it does that, but we're going to make it move down and put it like that. And we're going to have it build width number 4, but we're going to have a delay on this of about, I don't know, let's go 0.7 seconds. And let's see how this plays out real quick. Because here's where the cool stuff starts to happen. See that? See how the line felt like it was activating the title box? But I need the title box to move faster. That was way too slow. Now let's do it. Okay. I think the delay is too much. Let's do 0.4 second delay and slow that down a hair. And this is where the fun is, right? You kind of play with it and look at that. See that now? So as it went around, it activated the box. So now that we got that part kind of worked out, let's move our title box to the bottom. So now it's hidden, right? Now the line should be fully done. So here's the next thing I was going to do, right? So I have the We're Live. I'm going to have it build in with a cube effect, but I'm going to have it cube in top to bottom. Let's preview that. See how it kind of cubes in? Let's speed that up a little bit. Preview again. Okay, now what I want to do is when my line hits that corner, it activates that We're Live box, right? And we already know that the line is going to take 1.25 to come in. So we're going to put this up here. We're going to say build width number 4. We're going to have a delay on this of a second, right? So now let's watch all these things happen. A little too slow. Width number 4, because of that transition, let's knock this bad boy down to 0.7 again. Let's try that. Bam. Look at that, right? I'm getting excited. I've already built this before and I'm still getting excited about it. Okay, so now we have logo comes in, bar comes in, and then the line starts to activate the other animations. Now what I want to do is have the line now build out and activate my title, right? So now I'm going to go to build out. I'm going to click on my line, build out, and I'm going to put a build out effect on it of line draw and have it disappear at the same speed. Let's just do 0.25 again. And we're going to do this like that. And we're going to say after build number 7, right? So immediately after build number 7, the line starts to draw itself out. Then I'm going to go down here to the video graphics guru and I'm going to have it wipe in. I need to go to build in now, not a build out, but a build in. So we go back to build in while our title is selected. I'm going to do a wipe on it. No biggie. But I'm going to do a wipe on this one from right to left because I want it to kind of follow the line, right? Which is kind of cheesy because it's saying the words backwards, but yeah. Who says you had to have stuff go forward all the time, right? So I'm going to pull this up here and I'm going to say build with number 8. Put a delay on this of about 0.5. And now let's watch the whole animation come to life. Y'all digging that? I hope y'all like that, right? So it was something that I noticed. That was it. My name box was on top of my logo box. I noticed that when it slid out. I don't want it to be that. All right. I want it to slide in behind it. So a little attention to details there. All right. So let's watch it one more time. So hopefully y'all like that. And here's what's cool. Yeah, you can add textures and things to any of your boxes. I'm not sure if you guys even realize that. But let's now go to the name box. You know, when you're looking at formatting your graphics, instead of a color fill, put a texture in it. You know, get a texture from somewhere and put that as the fill and things like that. Now, just for the sake of bringing the animation back into eCamm, I'm going to make my line a different color because I don't want it to be black on top of a dark background. All right. Green. Okay. All right. Trying too hard. All right. So that's the more dynamic lower third. As you see here, you see the list of things, right? I kind of look at my list of things. I'm like, okay, everything is out right now. How do I want this stuff to go away? And so I started thinking about the different things. So I'm like, you know what? Let's start off with the last thing that came out. Let's let that be the first thing that leaves, right? So I'll go to title box and I'll make sure I'm in the animate palette, build out. And I'm not going to do all the drama I did before. I'm going to do kind of just basic type things, right? So I'm going to add an effect to that and I'm just going to wipe out the bottom bar. But I'm going to do from bottom to top, put more speed on it, preview it. And that's fine. That's a decent speed. And yeah, so that's going to be now that title box is the beginning of my go away phase, right? And I'm going to put a delay on it. So after build 9, which is the last step, right? I want my bar to stay out there about 5 seconds. 5.25. Okay, so now everything is out. People can read the stuff. Everything's cool. Now it's going to sit there for 5.25 seconds and start to go away, right? So now I'm clicking on my little puzzle pieces to add them all together to make them go away. So with that in mind, okay, my title box is gone. I don't just want my name, my title to be just sitting out there, right? So I'm going to put a build out on it. I'm going to go ahead and do a wipe on it too. But I'm going to have it with that title box, with number 10, no delay. And I'm going to do it from bottom to top just so they kind of match and have it go a little bit faster. Just make sure it's gone. And I'll preview that. just so we can kind of just see how they disappear with each other. So we'll wait 5 seconds and we'll see the beginning of the go away phase. So they kind of went away together. Okay, so they're gone now. So now let's get rid of the name bar and my name, right? So I click on the name bar, make sure name box is highlighted over here on your list. Make sure you're in animate build out. I'm just going to do kind of wipes, make everything go away. So I'm going to do another wipe, but I'm going to do this time from the right. Put a little speed on that because we want everything to just kind of get out of here, right? And I'll add that to this. And we're going to go, we'll do after 11. Put a slight delay on it. So that's going to wipe from the right and disappear. So now I need my name to go away too. So we're going to do a build out. Make sure you're in the build out palette. We're going to wipe on that. We're going to do it from the right. Put a little extra speed on that to make sure it's gone so it's not lingering. And we're going to make sure it goes with 12 with no delay, right? And then after that stuff is gone, we're going to make the We're Live roll back out just because I think it was cool that it rolled in. So we're going to do a reverse roll on that. Make sure we're in build out, add an effect. We're going to do cube, and we're going to roll it from the bottom to top. Put a little speed on that because we kind of want everything just to kind of get out of here, right? So there, we're going to do that after 13, after all that stuff is gone. And we're going to make our logo go out like it came in, right? And it went with a fade and scale, right? So we're going to do kind of a reverse fade and scale on it. So we're going to build out, fade and scale, and you see it go away. I don't like the shine thing. And let's kick that duration down to that. And after build 14 with a little bit of a delay because it's going to be the last thing sitting there. All right, so let's play this whole thing in and out, right? And then we're going to export it. I'm going to show it to you. Then I'll answer some questions if you have them. Then we're going to run on to the next animation. All right, so let's preview this bad boy. There we go. So that's how we do a lower third that animates in and animates out. And I'm going to go back to the very beginning of this thing and turn this from on click to after transition and kick it up to 1 second so it doesn't start automatically when I export the video. All right, so you know the routine to get this thing out of here, so let's work on getting it out of here. Make sure nothing is clicked on. Then we're going to go to format because now we're colorizing or taking a color out of the slide, right? And because this, well, it'll show up over my face, but it's no big deal. All right, so color fill, no fill, right? So now we're transparent. We're going to go to File, Export, Movie. I like to do 0 starting seconds and 0 ending seconds. If I can hit 0, 0, 0. Custom, 1920. And the next one we'll do proportionally. ProRes. Next. So we're going to export this to my junky desktop. Bam, there we go. Here we go. Then wait for 5.25 seconds and it will all go away. There we go. So that is a more dynamic, more complex lower third. We talked about customizing shapes so they're just not squares and circles or squares with curved edges. You can angle boxes, you can put curves on boxes, you can cut stuff out of boxes and do all kinds of things. So work with those different types of things as you build your bars, so to speak, to build your lower thirds out of. Hey, so that's it, y'all. Hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you. If you're new here, click that subscribe button and the bell so you will be alerted whenever I upload new videos. Leave me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Either way, I love to hear how you feel. And leave me a comment or a question down below and I will check them out And maybe at some point your question may be the subject of one of my videos. If you want a little head start on the graphics that you're building, drop by my Gumroad page. I have all kinds of graphics there and themes there that are editable for you to use on your own. So, until next time, I am Bradley Vinson, Alana's Pawpaw. Be blessed, be free. See y'all soon.